Now, guys, there are some years that move just so slow. And this year is not that year, because this year is the year of the fire horse. And this year is really going to burn down what no longer belongs. And I'm so excited for this energy to really come in and push a lot of people into action. That is what is going on in 2026, year of the fire horse. In Chinese astrology, 1 year is so powerful, so vital, so feared and revered and really misunderstood for many centuries. And that is the year of the fire horse. Some cultures really warned women having children born within the fire horse. And some believe that it may topple leaders, ignite revolutions, or destroy false structures literally overnight. But what if the fire horse and the year of the fire horse isn't here to destroy you? What if it is here to set you free? Today, we're really going to uncover what the fire horse means, why it matters right now, and how to work with the energy instead of being burned by it. So if any of that resonates, definitely stick around.
Guys, isn't human life just so freaking crazy?
Hi guys, my name is Chloe from the Galactic Soul. So happy to be here today to talk about the year of the fire horse, 2026. It is a huge, monumental year. You do not want to just think about, oh, it's just another one. No, there is going to be a lot of action, a lot of energy this year that is really going to allow us to transition and remember our true, authentic self. But before we go into anything way deeper, let's ground this idea. So the Chinese New Year is coming up, February 17th. I am also hosting on that day solar eclipse meditation. If you are interested, it is the first link in the description box below. We're really going to call in this energy and we're going to ground in our, I was going to say new, but really overall who we actually are. We're going to allow that to come forward into our future timeline. But the fire horse comes from Chinese astrology. And this actually operates on a 60-year cycle. And it's made up of 12 different animals and 5 of the elements. So wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. And the fire horse occurs when the horse, which is a symbol of freedom, action, movement, rebellion, raw life force, combines with fire, Aries energy, which is the element of passion, of destruction, of purification, and will. And this combination, the fire and the horse, has not been together since 1966. It has been a full 60 years, and historically, the year of the fire horse, it's remembered as really loud and unstable, revolutionary, and really impossible to ignore. So if you're getting that deep down sensation, that extra energy to do something or to act on something, that is the energy of the fire horse that we are welcoming in on the 17th. So definitely check out my meditation. It's really going to be a huge activation. So many of you have already signed up and it's really going to be a big one. So definitely check that out. But just note that the fire horse doesn't create the chaos. It doesn't create it. It reveals where the chaos was already suppressed. So it's bringing up a lot of things that was suppressed for so long. And in 1966, crazy shit was happening. We had the hippies, we had the war, so much new evolved awareness was coming in 1966. And it is again coming in right now. So let's go further into what the fire horse means. So in Chinese symbolism, the horse is not a gentle being. Although when we see horses, they are and can be very, very gentle beings, right? But a horse itself is not gentle. It has speed. It has independence, physical vitality, a lot of sexual energy, believe it or not. And it really has the energy of refusing to be controlled. And that is coming up in so many aspects within our lives right now. And it makes total sense. The horse hates cages. It hates routines, at least routines that don't serve them. And it hates obedience without meaning. So the horse is asking yourself this one question: why am I doing this? Why am I doing it? Why am I here doing this exact action? And if you're asking yourself that question, you probably should be doing another action because who decided you needed to do it? Who decided to do that? And this question of why am I doing this and who asked me or decided that I had to, that question alone is really going to make the horse year very uncomfortable for you. It's going to trigger you. It's going to make you want change or instill change. And this alone makes horse years uncomfortable for systems or rigid traditions or relationships that were built out of obligation instead of truly being there, present. So that is horse. Now let's sprinkle a little fire into it. Fire is the most misunderstood element out of the 5. Fire is not gentle healing. It is not patient for transformation. Fire is sudden, irreversible, revealing change. It burns illusions. It exposes a lot of motives that have been suppressed. And it removes what cannot survive truth. And when fire combines with this horse, you don't just get rebellion out of the sake of rebellion. You get liberation. And that liberation, any cost, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And this is why the fire horse in years past, historically, are aligned with revolutions, with social upheaval, with radical changes in not only your own identity, but the collective's identity. There's a lot of new creativity coming online. And also huge collapses of false authority has happened historically in fire horse years. But this is where it gets kind of controversial. So in East Asian cultures, especially in Japan, right, the fire horse year was feared. It was feared so deeply that birth rates actually dropped dramatically during these years. And women born under the fire horse energy were believed to be too strong or too dangerous or too independent. And you want to know why? Well, because the fire horse energy, it can't be owned. It can't be owned. Just like a horse can't be caged, we cannot be caged. And a fire horse woman, specifically, in particular, symbolizes sovereignty. It symbolizes refusal to submit to certain roles that may diminish her or her light. And it's a life force that won't be apologizing for just existing. And that's why it was labeled dangerous. But really, it was uncontrollable freedom. The fire horse exposes how often society punishes power when it can't be managed. So let's go back historically to 1966, because that was the last fire horse year. And in 1966, me bringing out the history major in me, right? What was happening globally? We had political revolutions. We had civil rights uprisings. We had countercultural explosions. We had a lot of sexual liberation movements like burning of the bras, right? Protests against authority, and the youth was refusing to inherit those belief systems. And this is coming through right now. It wasn't a coincidence, and it still isn't a coincidence that all of this is happening right now. The fire horse energy doesn't ask for reform. It demands rupture. But also there is a metaphysical layer to this. Fire horse years accelerate identity crisis. People really stop asking, what should I do? But then start asking, who am I really living for? Am I living for myself? Am I living for my kids, my partner, my parents? Who am I really living for? The correct answer should be for you. So why does this matter? Why does the fire horse energy matter? Even though we're technically not in fire horse energy just yet, because again, that is February 17th, the fire horse archetype activates during periods of collective pressure. And that has been leading up to February 17th for the last few weeks. We've all been seeing it. Systems are cracking. Old narratives don't make sense anymore and failing. Identities built on survival instead of truth are fully collapsing. Our timelines are shifting. And the fire horse energy shows up whenever people refuse to inherit fear, when individuals choose authenticity over safety, and when the body rebels against a life the soul did not choose. This is not a gentle awakening. That is why I am being so blunt with this message. This is ignition, popping fresh out the kitchen. Okay? So how does this energy affect you, right? How does this affect you at a personal level? That way it's really going to be like a trickle-down theory, but also expand into the collective. This is how the fire horse energy tends to show up in our personal lives. So if you have suddenly felt the desire to leave your job, leave a relationship, leave your old identity, that's the fire horse. If you are intolerant for emotional manipulation, fire horse. If you have a surge of physical or creative energy, that's the fire horse. If you have anger that reveals where boundaries were violated, or you're craving a movement or travel, expression of your truth, that is the fire horse. That's the fire horse. It's no coincidence that it's happening right now, why you're feeling these kinds of ideas. Because the fire horse energy asks, what part of you has been living on permission? And then it removes that structure. It removes that permission structure. If you resist this, there's going to be a lot of chaos. I'm calling it now. But if you cooperate with this energy and you claim it, it feels like freedom. You're finally being your true authentic self, and you are not scared of judgment. So I'm sure in your mind, you're like, Chloe, how do I work with this fire horse energy? What are 3 things that I can do right now to really call in, claim it, and allow it to help me through this 2026 year? Well, let me tell you, you have to stop pretending that stability is safety. That's number 1, because the fire horse exposes dead stability. It's not going to say that everything is good and okay if it's not. It's going to call you out, just as I am right now. Number 2, you have to move your body. Moving your body is going to allow the energy to flow easier. This energy is really going to be very physical. If you have any blocks, you're going to feel them being removed, because stillness without intention is anxiety. And that extra energy that you're feeling, that's anxiety, because you're not using it. You're not using the energy for good, for your purpose. Realign. And number 3, choose your truth over timing. It's never going to be the right time. It's never going to be the right time to post that video. It's never going to be the right time to have kids. It's never going to be the right time because of this A, B, C, or D. It does not matter. Truth over timing. The fire horse does not wait for perfect conditions. And honestly, it's not a year either. It's an energy. And this is not a year for half-assed lives. Excuse my French, but I don't care. We have all been programmed to live a certain way in our lives. This year is the year for people to burn their map. Burn your map and trust your instincts instead. Listen to your intuition. This energy is not going to steer you wrong. But again, the fire horse has not come to ruin your life. Everything that is supposed to be will be. Everything that doesn't resonate is the stuff that is going to fall away this year, fire horse, in 2026. It really comes to ruin the version of you that is not you. The version of you that was built to survive in someone else's world. And we are going to be a phoenix that comes out of the ashes, because that's what rises out of fire. You will soon start living the life you were never supposed to ask permissions to live. Guys, this energy is incredible. If you already felt the shift over the last couple of weeks, that was the fire horse energy coming into your energetic field. Embrace it, enjoy it, allow things to fall out of your life that isn't resonating with your true, authentic self. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. If this resonated with you, if you are feeling the energy, also comment, I claim this energy, and give me a thumbs up. And remember, I do have this activation that is going on. Solar eclipse, February 17th. It's going to be incredible. You are going to leave your old life, your old programs behind. They are going to dissolve, and you are going to be rebirthed, but not only be rebirthed, but you're going to show who you always were. And that is beautiful, my friends. Sending you so much love, so much light. I love you. Okay, thanks. Bye.